Welcome back, guys. Jonlar here with another episode of Thought Play, the series where I take topic suggestions from you guys in the comment section below and talk about them while I play a variety of video games. Well, not even necessarily video games, just games in general. In this episode, I am going to be playing, I am playing some CSGO Arms Race. I'm pretty new to this game. I just got it last weekend or something, so I'm not great, and especially toward the beginning of this round, I played pretty terribly, so don't judge me too much. I did end up doing better toward the end. I did so badly toward the beginning here that I might just speed it up if the video's too short. I'm not sure, but it was pretty bad. Anyway, and yeah, I'm going to be playing CSGO Arms Race while I talk about a topic that is not actually a suggestion from you guys in the comments. In fact, it is a personal experience story because I am doing a personal experience speech for school, and I don't know, I've been practicing it a lot, and I just sort of thought, hey, I could make a thought play video out of it, just for some extra practice and to sort of share it with you guys. It's gonna sound really awkward because think about it, I mean, it's a school speech, it's got to have a plot line and all that. I mean, there's all this stuff I have to fit into it. It's going to sound really polished, and just bear with me. It's a speech. I've got my note cards here. I'm just going to be going through them. It's going to be kind of choppy, but essentially not choppy, but just it's going to sound polished and really over the top in a way. And I'll probably mess up a couple of times because that's just the way I am when I have to do something off of note cards like that. But yeah, it's a story about the summer before my 6th grade year, when we went with Boy Scouts to Grand Tetons National Park, which is a set of mountains in Wyoming. And on a hike that we went on, we ran into some interesting stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna start with the speech, I guess, here and let you guys figure out. So here we go. I was stiff and sore, like everyone else, as we exited the cars after 2 long days of driving to Grand Tetons National Park in Wyoming. It was early in the afternoon, and we had nothing planned, because the campsite we had intended to stay at was full, and we had to move on to a new one. We pitched our tents on the rocky ground, while the adults went to find information on activities to do in the area. Then, when we were finished, we gathered at an old wooden table and discussed our various options. Finally, we decided on a quarter-mile hike to a rock above a glacial spring that people in the area used for jumping and diving. Excited, we dodged and weaved our way through the guy lines that supported our tents, and back to get what we needed. Swimming trunks, boots, some of us grabbed towels, clothes, or even extra shoes. Personally, I grabbed a towel and wore my set of clothes over my swimming trunks. Then we set out. The trail was narrow and we had to walk single or double file. About halfway through the hike, the line stopped. The majority of the line was concealed around a curve in front of me, but word worked its way back that there was a bear not far off the trail. I forced my way forward, and someone pointed out the bear to me. It was smaller than I expected, and a light brown in color, pacing between 2 trees some 50 meters off the trail. The adults voiced their concerns on the dangerous situation. It could be a cub with its mother nearby, in which case it would be safest if we were very quiet while we walked by, or even if we just went back to camp. But if it was alone, it would be better if we talked and made noise amongst ourselves in order to have it avoid us as we walked by. Finally, the adults came to a decision. Whether they actually figured anything out, or were just pressured by all of us impatient children, I will never know. But it was probably a young adult, they said, so we made noise as we began to walk by. I was relieved as we passed the bear, because I had begun to get worried about the bear coming to kill all of us, or even worse, about having to return to camp. When we reached the rock, I climbed to the top. Getting over my nerves, I advanced to the edge and jumped, sending myself crashing into the freezing water below. I repeated this action at least 4 more times before it was time to head back. I felt bad for the shivering boys who had only brought their swimming trunks, but I wasn't about to give up any bit of heat I had kept with me. We slowed as we reached the area where the bear had been, but it was nowhere to be seen, and we finished the hike in peace. Once we were settled back into the camp, a couple of the adults went to report the bear to the campsite staff, leaving it up to them to keep the trail safe for other users. Looking back at this story, not only did I learn how to deal with a bear, but I also learned about how my actions can have an effect on others' actions and decisions. Alright, so yeah, that was my personal experience speech story thing. Yeah, quite a bear. Oh, that was bad. Okay, I'm gonna stop now. Anyway, sorry, that was, I shouldn't have even tried to make that pun. Anyway, okay, so yeah, that was my story. I guess tell me in the comments what you think, but also give me topic suggestions for future episodes, because the past couple I haven't really had any, so I've kind of had to make things up myself, which is okay, I guess. They seem to be going just fine, but you know, it'd be nice if I had some things that maybe you guys are a bit more interested in. So yeah, leave those in the comment section down below, along with maybe what you thought of my story, or do you have any interesting stories about bears or hiking or any interesting stories at all? I'm curious. I like reading comments. Just leave a comment if you're even still watching at this point saying the word fence, quote unquote, like quote, open quote, fence, close quote, just so I know that you're watching at the end of this video. And yeah, I guess other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed. Please rate, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.
Shut up, John.